All right, so these are 41 to 43. So in 2012, pollsters for Gallup organization asked about a random sample of 1,014 adults. It said, on average, how much does your family spend on food each week? The table below lists the percent of samples that give the percent of the sample that gives each response. For example, 21% of adults in the sample responded that on average they spent no less than 200, but no more than $2.99. So we see that 21% here. Which of the following Which of the following expressions is equal to the approximate number of adults from the sample that said they spend an average of less than $100 each week on food? So less than would be anything below $100. So 99, this one here, and that one there. Together, 8 and 17 make 25%. Right, so I'm looking for the 25% of that 1,000 number. So I know that 25% written as a decimal is 0.25. So I'm going to look for this one right here. So correct answer is E. They're trying to trick you with B. All right, 42. It says, what percent of adults in the sample responded that they spend on average at least $150 each week on food? So looking for at least 150, so 150 or more. So here's 150 or more. They want to know what percent that is. So 15 plus 21 plus 10 plus 3 would be 15 plus 21 plus 10 plus 3. Oh, be careful here. This one says did not give an amount, so 3 is actually not included, so just up to 10. So 15 plus 10, I'm going to take away that 3. 15 plus 21 plus 10, that gives you 46. So for this one, 46% would be your correct answer. 49 would be if you didn't read carefully and see that last line. All right, and then finally it says 43. A pollster will create a circle graph using the information in the table. One sector of the circle graph would represent percent of adults in the sample who said they spend an average of $300 or more on food each week. So that section is 300 or more would be 10%. So we know we're talking about 10% of people. It says what would be the measure of the central angle for that sector. So it's going to make a circle part, and a tenth of the graph, something like that, a little smaller probably. A tenth of the graph would be for the 300 people, and they want to know how much of the whole thing, what degrees it would be. So so for 10%, we know that the whole circle would be 360 degrees, and I want to know 10% of that. So I'm going to do 360 times 0.10 or 0.1, which you know is just like dividing. So times 0.1 will give you 36. So it would be 36 degrees. So 36 degrees would be 10%. Alright. For number 44, it says a spherical droplet of ink strikes a vertical wall. The angle of impact is right here. So we have the ink droplet, it's going to hit the wall, and I guess keep going. The stain that it leaves is oval shaped. So we see oval shaped here. Scientists can measure the maximum length and width of the stain to determine the angle of impact according to this formula here. So I think that formula is probably important. The model below leaves such a stain. What was the impact angle of the droplet that left the stain? So it says sine theta is equal to the maximum width. So the maximum width they're showing me is 0.6 over the maximum length. The maximum length that they're showing is 1.2. So we want to know the angle by itself. So I need to do the sine inverse of this to get the angle by itself. So angle, and then on my calculator, I'm going to do sine negative 1.6 over 1.2, which is 0.523. Let me check my calculator. I'm going to see, that's not one of my answers, but I think that it should be. I see that my calculator is in radians, so quickly I'm going to go to press mode. I'm going to change this to degrees, center, and then I'm going to try this math again, the same problem. I see that it says 30 degrees now, that makes more sense. So it's not this, it's 30 degrees. So my answer is F, 30 degrees. And then 45 says the graph below shows the distribution of a data set consisting of 16 positive integers. Which of the following statements about mean, median, and mode of the data set is true? So this is the number that came up, the integer. This is how often, the frequency that it came up. So there was one number 1. There were 3 2s, 1, 2, 3. There were 4 3s, 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 3 4s, 1, 2, 3. 2 5s, 1 6, 1 7, 1 8. So those are the 16 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right, so they're talking to us about the mean, the median, and the mode. Right, so mean means average. So we add them up and divide by the numbers. The median means the middle number. And then the mode is the most often, the thing that happens the most. So in this situation, the 3 would be the mode because it's the highest. Right, so it says the mode is less than the median and the median is less than the mean. I see all the answers are written in this way where it's like talking about the mode is less than the mean or the median, and so I need to know basically like which one's the biggest, which one's the smallest, and which one, like what the numbers are. So I need to calculate the mean, the median, and the mode so that I can figure out what that is. So the mode is the easiest. It's the one that happens the most often. So I can see that there's a lot of 3s. So 3 is my mode. The median is the middle number. So that's where you like write them in order and you say, okay, I'm going to cross out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6, 7 and 7. And then 8 and 8, I have 2 numbers left over. So in between 3 and 4 would be my median, which is 3.5, 3.5. And then my mean, I need to average them, so I'm adding them all up and dividing. So I'm going to add 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 gives me 62. And I'm dividing that by the 16 numbers that I have. So 16, 3.8, Alright, so I have my 3 numbers here, now I just need to write the sentence that makes sense. So the mode is less than the median. That's true, it's less. And the median is less than the mean. And that's true, the mean is the biggest. So I think A is my answer. Let's just double check. Mode is less than the mean. That's true. The mean is equal to the median. They're not equal, so I know B is out. The mode is equal to the mean. They're not equal to each other. The mean is less than the median. The mean is less than the median. That's not true. The mean's the biggest. Mean is equal to the median. That's not true. So that one's out. So A has to be our best answer. So these would be good things to write on your flashcards. So mode, median, and mean.